making, kind of trying to balance this and that and the other thing. Ended up being kind of like the money was going to be pretty similar. So it was just really what I wanted to do. I decided that, another year with this group of guys, I've always had a great group of guys. It's going to be a great team if you have great aspirations compared to maybe going to the NBA and playing a limited role for my first year, obviously, with people and it's a business in the NBA, obviously. It's not the same as college. People come in and out every year. People have families, wives, and kids. Like that's a whole different environment compared to college. So I figured, just kind of for my own happiness and for what I really want to do, it was the best option for me.
Zach, talk about some fun things you've done this summer or even in the spring. Obviously, basketball is your life, but you have other things going on. I mean, have you had a chance to kind of be a college kid and have some fun and do some things?
Not really this summer. This summer was mainly just kind of staying in shape, playing basketball, making sure my body's right. Obviously, kind of after we lost, I took a few weeks off, but basically been in go mode for the last month and a half, 2 months now. So it hasn't been the greatest summer. I haven't been able to go home, but I think it's been really good for me.
What more can you do this season?
I think for me, people keep asking like, what more can you do? You've done all this, that. I never really like strove for those individual accolades. I definitely have enough for now. But it's just I didn't come back to be the back-to-back national player of the year. Obviously, it's something I'll try to do. It's something it's a great honor to be even a one-time national player of the year. That's the reason I came back. The reason I came back is just to be with these guys, win basketball games, and have a lot of fun, honestly.
Zach, what did going through the NBA process teach you about your game and teach you about yourself a little bit going through it?
Nothing in particular. I think I kind of know my game a little bit. I know my game pretty well, but at this point, NBA teams know my game. They know what I can do, what I can work on. It didn't really teach me anything in particular. I think it kind of showed people maybe things that people might not know about me. I do pretty well. I can do pretty well. But it didn't teach me anything really.
What more NIL opportunities come with the success you had last year?
Obviously a lot. Kind of people, when I have a big name and a big kind of that recognition, companies and brands want to work with me. That wasn't the reason I only came back. Like I said, I tried to take money out of it as much as possible and just kind of do what I want to do for a year, do what can make me the most happy.
Any skills or elements of your game you think this extra year or this year at Purdue you can perhaps develop a little bit?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think, like I've always said, I don't think any part of my game is a complete and finished product. I can get better on the block. I can get better kind of maybe 5 feet off the block. I can get better in transition. I can get better initiating offense. I can get better as a shooter. I can get better from the free throw line. Like, I think every part of my game I can really make big strides in. I have every single year. I don't think any part of my game is really finished at this point.
With what the NBA people told you, did you get the sense they were evaluating you as a 21-year-old National Player of the Year or a guy who's played basketball for 6 years?
Probably the former. I think the kind of sentiment around me is that I've hit my ceiling for some reason, which I don't understand because I've been playing basketball for a short amount of time and I've managed to make strides every year. But I just got to prove people wrong.
Speaking of getting better, your teammates also get better. So how much excitement is there knowing what you accomplished last year and what the ceiling is for this team this year?
It's tons of excitement, but preseason hype is nice to have in your name. It's nice to kind of be in, but you can't get lost in it. It's not going to win you basketball games at the end of the day. You got to come out, you got to be prepared, you got to stick to game plans, you got to work on your game in the off season. Obviously, we have a great team around us, but everyone, like we have tons of young people who can get better. We have guys who red shirts, and we have Lance coming in, we have a freshman Miles Bowles coming in that kind of have to pick up the system a little bit. And it's a complicated system to learn, so kind of just sticking with them, making sure they're understanding everything, and then also making sure that everybody's improving.
I'm sure you were pretty disappointed, upset, whatever it might have been back in March. What kind of tone do you want to set for this team now as a senior and as obviously one of the better players in the country?
I think stuff like that doesn't need to be said. I think everybody knows what happened last March. Everybody understands the magnitude of what happened. That we've been reminded of it plenty of times, so I don't think anybody's forgetting about it. But you have to move on at some point. You have to kind of focus on the games ahead. You have to focus on the season ahead. You can't be stuck in the past. You can't let it kind of deter you from opportunities we might have in the future. So kind of just making sure that we're moving on, we're learning from it, we're getting better from it, we're growing from it, but we're not dwelling.
What about the NHL draft? Now, what's your approach to that?
NHL draft? I've heard there's some generational prospect I've heard is going to Chicago this year. Outside that, I'm not really familiar with it.
That was a poorly executed joke. I was talking about your entry into the NHL draft.
Maybe a few years. I need to get some skates first. I need to find it.
You found a place for all your trophies yet?
They're sitting in Foreman's office right now. I don't know where to put them. Probably going to give my mom when she comes back.
I've heard you're a regular at another Broken game. Is that true?
Yeah, I think most of the team is. It's pretty close to the arena. So it's good food, so we go there all the time.
What's your order?
I get the spinach scrambler with added avocado.
Nice.
How'd your teammates react when you decided?
They were happy.
Relationship.
Yeah, they were happy. Obviously, they tried to kind of stay away. Everyone respected that as my decision at the end of the day. The coaches, my parents, everybody. So they were always really happy. I told them obviously, I told everybody else, and they were looking happy.
You let them know, just like send a text to the group chat?
Basically, yeah. Just kind of, I'm coming back.
Hey, what's your Team Canada slate look like this summer?
So I'm going to be gone basically from July 1st all through August and a little bit of September. We travel to a bunch of different countries even before we go to that World Cup qualifier. So it should be a lot of fun. Big opportunity.